Hey, what is going on, everyone? How are you guys doing? Welcome to Flip the Switch, where we are interviewing you guys, our Switchboard Live users, the community members, and giving you an opportunity to talk about your platform and to talk about how you are streaming and using Switchboard Live to help get your streams out there to the world. So I'm very honored to have you guys here with us. Thank you so much for joining. If you're interested in being a part of the Flip the Switch series and you want to be featured on the show, you can leave me a comment down below or you can reach out to me at India@switchboard.live and we can try to get you scheduled and things like that. But today I have a very special guest, Rico. He is a part of the EKM Live community along with me. If you guys know me, you know how much I absolutely love EKM Live. And EKM Live with Switchboard Live is like the best thing ever. And so today we're going to be talking to Rico Lane. He uses Switchboard Live to get his message out for Blestimony. He's going to talk a little bit about that, so I don't want to rein in on his parade. So for now, let me go ahead and bring Rico on. What is going on, brother? How are you doing today, man? What's cracking?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How are you, India?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. It's so good to interview a fellow Ecamm user. I mean, I love everybody else, but we got a
Yeah.
special love, right? Ecamm and
Yep.
Switchboard.
Special.
That's like the best thing people can find.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if you're a Mac user, like you said, Ecamm with Switchboard Live, it's a
right.
match made in heaven. It definitely
Absolutely.
is. And I'm just honored to be on the show with you because you know you like one of my live streaming heroes. So I
Aw.
appreciate you inviting me on.
Of course. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. So why don't we I have a few questions for you and things like that, but before we get into that, why don't we take a few minutes or why don't you take a few minutes to tell the community about who you are, what you stream to and all of that good stuff.
Okay, yeah. Well, you can see my name on Rico. I'm gonna move my eye watch because like I got some little interference there. But I'm Rico. My ministry is called Blestimony. We use that to just basically just help Christians and anybody who interested in Christianity just kind of understand and grow in their relationship with Christ. And so, Blestimony is a play on two words, blessing and testimony. So a lot of my stuff is testimonial based, but I really like mentoring and coaching and teaching. And so I've been doing a lot of disciple stuff. And so for with Switchboard Live, the way it helps with my ministry is that I'm able to live stream to multiple different platforms using this software. And typically me, my co-host, and any guest that we have on, we'll connect them. And then that way we can just live stream and get our message out there and just hopefully be a blessing to people. But I'm also a major in the United States Air Force. And
Thank you for
so
your service. Yes, thank you.
you're welcome. And for that, I'm in the special duties. I'm a program manager by trade, so I just manage programs and projects. But I'm in the special duty where I run the national advertising branch for
Okay.
Air Force, Guard, Reserve, and Space Force. And so we do the commercials, websites, social media, all that kind of stuff. And because I'm such a huge fan of live streaming and Ecamm Live and Switchboard Live and all the other different platforms, I presented that to my leadership as well. And so now the Air Force, we're going to start live streaming. Matter of fact, we started Tuesday was our first episode. And
That's
so
awesome.
I'm doing it on both sides of the house, personally and professionally. So it's good.
That is super dope, man. So yes, definitely. Thank you again. Thank you for your service. How long have you been in the Air Force for?
Oh, yeah, November made 19 years for me.
Oh
So
man, you.
so
Oh, I
I'm
see the sign behind you. It says Air Force. If I come back to you,
oh
right? And that's
yeah,
it. There you go.
yeah,
I see that
yeah,
repping. I like that. Very
yeah.
cool. So thank you
We
again for
got the
your
studio
service.
set up. So I've been, like I said, I've been using this kind of like a dual purpose. So normally when I
Yeah,
do my blessimony stuff, I typically have like some blessimony stuff back there. But we did the
gotcha.
show on Tuesday, so I got all my Air Force stuff in the
Yep,
background.
I gotcha. Yeah, I see the
Yeah.
helmet. I see a guitar back there. Do you play?
I'm trying to learn how to play
Okay,
self teaching myself, but live streaming take up so much of my time. I haven't really
man.
been doing.
Listen. Who you telling? It does take up so much of your time, but it's one of those things, right? Like you get into the groove of it. Man, so for me, I do a live stream and I usually do my live streams late at night and Like once it's done, it's over. I have so much energy. I be so hype, right? It takes
Yeah,
forever because it's just like your adrenaline starts going, your endorphins. I be ready to run a marathon after a live
yeah.
stream.
It's the
People, if you
prep
know,
that
you know,
sucks.
right?
It's
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
prep that sucks. Like, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, check this, check that. But once you're on with somebody, like even with
Right.
this, I was a little nervous, but now we're talking. It's just like I'm having a conversation with a friend. It's
Right.
sweet.
Right. And we got some questions coming in. I see some of the community. Paul Duncan, you know Paul from the Ecan fam,
Yeah. What's up,
Mr.
Paul?
Moderator. So Paul is out there. We got Roy Tech Troublemaker. Roy actually uses Ecamm as well, along with Switchboard. And then we have Angel Ortiz. Angel, thank you for chiming in. Angel says, "What platform are you using for these interviews?" Zoom. So no, Angel, we are using Ecamm Live. You can try out. It is a Mac only platform, the way Rico said. If you do have a Mac, listen, you'll hear all of us Ecamm users just talk about how great it is, and you can try out a free trial. Try out a free trial at indiad.live/ecamm, and I'll put that in the comments there. But that is how we are doing all of these things. Let me just put that real quick. HTTPS. I should have some shortcuts. You would think, all the stuff I do with the Stream Deck that I would
Yeah, how to
right,
just hit
right.
the button. Yeah,
You would think,
yeah.
no, not yet.
But we're using
Um,
Ecamm as an encoder, right, to pull
yep,
in switchboard. So yeah, so
yeah,
with switchboard you need an encoder to encoder. I'm saying
encoder,
that
yep,
completely wrong.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, so Ecamm and switchboard. That's why we say them two together. It's like a match made in heaven.
Right, exactly that. Yeah. So what we do is, so Switchboard sends your stream out, right? And we're gonna actually do a quick demo. Rico does have his screen share, the Cloud Connect, open a little bit later to show how he uses it. But basically, whatever software you use to do your live stream, we use Ecamm Live. You can use Zoom if you want to, and you can actually send your stream out from Zoom, OBS, and all the other ones. And then you send the feed out to Switchboard Live, and then we push it out to all of your platforms. So let's get straight into that, Rico. Tell us, talk a little bit more about your content itself for you, Blestimony. How did you start getting into that? How long have you been doing that for? Tell us some details on that.
Yeah, so one, the Air Force is what pays me, right? And so
Right.
that takes up a lot of my time. And so I kind of do testimony when I have time. Again, my passion is in coaching, mentoring, teaching. So when I gave my life to Christ and I got saved and I wanted to continue to do that. That's what I felt like my gift was, right? And so to do that, I created the Testimony Ministry, and the whole reason I did the Testimony Ministry was before I got saved. You read the Bible and you got those "where art thou" and "though this" and "though that," and it's just hard to understand. And so I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to take a Bible passage and see how it just relates to our life today and put it in an example where people can understand. And so how that translated over to me live streaming, I originally started doing a podcast first. And I was doing podcasting, and I got the podcast out there, even though I kind of haven't done that in a while since I got into live streaming. But at a certain point, I was like, I need to be able to repurpose this content. I need to have good video quality and I need to have good audio quality. And so that way I can use it for like social media and I can do it for podcasting. And so then that's kind of where I learned about Ecamm. And so when I learned about Ecamm, I got Ecamm. I could use it for interviews, podcasting, live streaming, whatever, recording, whatever I want to do with it. So then obviously I want the ability to go to as many platforms as possible. And so I originally heard about something called Restream, which what
Yep.
I was using, but I didn't want to have to pay for like multiple different
Right.
platforms. And so
Right.
if people don't know about AppSumo is a great place to get
That's the
good
wave
content,
right
good
there.
stuff, right?
Right. Right.
And so that's
Right.
where I learned about Switchboard Live is on
Okay.
AppSumo. And
Okay.
so I seen the lifetime deal that they had. I was eagerly looking for something to where I can kind of replace Restream because to me, I wanted the multi-stream. That's what
Yeah.
was important to me. But
Yeah.
then I also wanted to be able to interact with my audience and see their comments. And so I got Switchboard Live. And now what's sweet about this is that I don't have to have a huge subscription to be able to multi-stream to a lot of different places,
Right.
right? And
Yeah.
even with if you're not on a lifetime plan, it's still not as expensive to go
No.
to as many places they allow you to go to. And that's
Yeah.
what I love the most about it is that like on certain other platforms, it's like, hey, you may have one Facebook account or one YouTube
Right.
account. And when you look
Right.
at my thing later on, you're gonna see we got multiple YouTubes, multiple Facebooks, and
Yes.
that's what Switchboard Live really helped out with my ministry. And so what
Yeah.
we do on there is just really all Christian content, devotionals. I got an entire live stream show set up to where I interact with my audience back and forth. We have different segments where I'll do like a devotional segment. I'll do a Christian news segment. If I got a Christian who got talent come on, I got a Christian got talent segment where we interview them. But our meat and potatoes is really just answering questions that Christians have on social media. So my live stream show is actually called The Cross. Christian reactions on social media. And I just look over all social media, see what questions people asking. And instead of me responding in the comments, I respond live on my show. So that's what
Oh,
I
that's
do.
pretty dope. That's dope. That is super amazing. And Angel agrees. He also purchased Switchboard Live on AppSumo. So he definitely says, listen, y'all got a good deal. Ecamm had it at one point as well. So there's a few like OG users that got these great deals. I was not an
Oh
OG. I
wow.
did
Yeah.
not. I did not win
No, I missed that
anything.
one.
Man.
I missed that one, man.
So that's an awesome story, man. I love that. So how do you feel like okay, you touched on a handful of different things, with like obviously our competitor Restream is definitely one of our competitors with, the simulcasting or the restreaming services. And it's definitely now a more saturated market, right? Because even Ecamm Live 4.0 dropped, right? And you can do the simulcasting, the multi-streaming with
Yeah,
Ecamm. Um, and so for me, one of the things as the community manager that I feel like a big part of now my role in the education is when you're using sometimes, let's say Ecamm versus Switchboard, is that if you're using something like Ecamm for the streaming services, right, you need a lot of internet bandwidth because Ecamm is not going
yeah,
to pick that up, right?
right.
For us, when you send us one stream, Switchboard Live, and then we're going
Yeah,
to send that out to you to multiple locations, and we're doing all the heavy lifting. So if you're doing like one or two streams, that's cool. And I do it myself. I use both, depending on what I'm doing for a live stream. But when I know that if I want to send out like a 4K stream
yeah,
and I need to send it to, let's say, 4, 5, 6 different platforms, I can't because my internet is not strong enough for that. I need to make sure that I send that out to Switchboard, that one stream, and then they're going to send it out to all the different places. So that was one of the things that you touched on. And then the other thing that you talked about is, right, like the pricing. That's huge. So you guys got a great deal, obviously,
yeah,
with AppSumo. But even like you said, even with the monthly plans that we have right now, the monthly plans are really great. And the biggest difference with, let's say, that competitor Restream and Switchboard is that we give you unlimited destinations, right? So
yeah.
that
That's
one
huge.
flat fee, right? That is so huge with unlimited destinations. So I wanted to touch a little bit about that. Thanks for sharing that. Let's see. So let's segue into that. What would you say? And I guess right now, why don't we just switch and we'll go into your Cloud Connect. We'll do the
Okay.
stream share. On average, what would you say? How many destinations do you normally stream to?
So I'll have to do some public math. So for my own personal destination, on average, I'm going to 3 or 4. I'm going to YouTube, Facebook, and sometimes multiple Facebook. So like I have my Blessed page and my personal Facebook page,
Mm,
and then depending on how I'm connected in, I'll probably be on Twitter or and LinkedIn as well. And so that's typically where I'm personally going. But then I have a co-host. Matter of fact, you can probably see him on here. It's Anthony, his YouTube channel, Anthony
okay.
Wilson. So
Okay.
we're going live to his stuff as well.
Gotcha.
Um, every now and then, and like I'm pretty generous on who I let on my show because I mean, to me, I just like talking about Christ. So like, if you're gonna get on there, even if you're an atheist, I'll have a conversation with you. But
Okay.
and so then we got a couple other people. You see Buddy Walk with Jesus. You see Cutting Edge. These are some other people that I have on the show pretty often. Actually, the Cutting Edge. He was he's a pastor. He was a host as well, but seasons, life change, and so he hasn't been hosting on the show. But every now and then we'll go. So anywhere, I mean, on average, we're going live to about on average 6, 7, and then if
Right.
we have guests too. So when we have guests, we let our guests go live on their channels as well, so we can tap
Right.
into their audience. So any minimum 6, and then it can be up to like 15 sometimes,
That's
depending on who's
nuts.
coming on the show. But yeah, it's definitely a blessing for us. I tell you that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. That's nuts. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well, right? So I see here we're looking at your Cloud Connect. You're logged in, right? And you have your
Hmm.
your Facebook page, your YouTube page. There's a few YouTube pages and things like that. Um, and so then you mentioned that when you have the guests, like these destinations can go up to like 15. And so for those of you guys that don't know, what Rico's talking about is the viral stream share feature, right? So on the top of his
Yeah,
screen, you got that white bar across the top. And so for viral stream share, basically you can send out your link. And so, like the way, and I use it the same way Rico uses it, right? I got a guest on the show. I'm going to send them the link. They connect their platforms. And now this stream we can send out to your guest platforms. And
yeah,
there's no need for like passwords. There's no need for like to be made a manager or an admin. You know what I just learned too, obviously, because, now I'm the community manager. So I'm trying to like know my competitor as best as possible.
yeah,
Because Restream has channel pairs, right? Um,
yeah,
but what I noticed, and again, of course, I'm gonna plug my community. Like I love Switchboard, right?
yeah.
Restream with their channel pairs, they limit you to 3. So if
3,
we were,
yeah,
yeah, I didn't know that till
yeah,
I think last month I was doing something with Loria where I was on her channel. And so they gave me the channel pair so I can link my channels. And they told me that it was limited to 3. And I was like, see, Switchboard,
yeah,
we good because
yeah.
we
You
don't
can go.
limit
You can
you
go
on
to
it.
whoever
It's
you want to.
unlimited.
Yeah,
Right. So when
yeah,
you think about that power, that is absolutely insane because you just said it for me. You got your guests, you got your streams, your platforms, your host platform. So between everything, you got like 15, 16 locations, and that's still
yeah.
under one price. That's nuts. That's
Yeah,
nuts.
yeah. I mean, and not only is it under one price, but like you said, it's not eating up on your computer. Your
Right.
computer don't have to do that. See, that's one thing that's huge. Like even with Ecamm coming out with that stream share, you got
Yep.
to have a beast of a computer if you want to go
Yep.
to a lot of channels, right? And so that's why I would never stop using Switchboard, even if they had it, because I can still go live, to all
Yeah.
those different places without stressing my computer. Because if you're live, you want to have the best quality, the best performance, and so
Right.
that's where Switchboard picks up and it's a workhorse for you.
Right. That's insane. All right, so let me just come back here. So talk to us a little bit. I know we talked a little bit about your destinations. Go to your destinations tab. How many destinations do you actually have?
Yeah, I got a few
Excuse
of
me.
them. Let's
You got a
see.
few. Yeah, you showed me. I'm like, all right.
I mean, because you know what? I
Yeah,
was using the destinations before Viral Stream Share came out, so I've been on it
got
for a
you.
while. So
Okay.
so so I don't want to jump the gun here, but
No, you're
typically
good.
what I was doing, we have guests.
Mm,
I would have them authorize this because before Viral Stream Share, you used to be able to just set a time limit on how long they authorize their channel, right? So I can just say
right.
do it for just this show, and then it'll go away. But now
Right.
with Viral Stream Share, I don't have to have them do all that. They can go in, do it
Yep.
themselves, and just kind of come on and take it off whenever they want to.
Right.
But that's why I have so many. So like I said, we're going to all kind of different channels: LinkedIn, Twitch,
Right. All of that.
Facebook, all,
Right.
all those different locations. And, I mean, and like I said, my computer don't know the difference. It just think it's going out to one location. So
Yeah. That's super dope. That's super dope. Anything else you want to show the community with how you got your setup? Anything special?
yeah, for me personally, like I said, I do the cross. So one of the things is the templates.
Okay.
And so I only have one template because I'm just not live streaming that often.
Yep.
But when I do, it's typically for the cross, right? And so I'll come in. I can do different titles for different platforms I'm going to be on, because
Yeah.
like some of them have a character limit or whatever. So
Yep.
that's just longer or shorter. So I can do that. I can basically set up everything, do my description in here, add my tags in here, and then I don't see it right now. Maybe it's because I'm in templates. But then when I'm not in a template, I can allow it to automatically go live. So let me see if
Yep.
I come back to here to my workflow.
You talking like
If
a
my
pro. That's it. You
So
can
yeah, if I click
tell.
on this guy, yeah, if
Yep.
I click on, well, it's already showing auto start, but right here at the top where it
Yep.
says auto start group, so I do
Yep.
that. Make sure that's toggled on. I select the channels I want to go. So when I hit go live on Ecamm, it's going live automatically to all those, and that's
Yep.
how we do it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, that's great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you so much for sharing. Quick question. Did you know, I don't you probably knew because you sound like, and my mic is like getting me out of focus. Let me bring this bad boy down here a little bit. Roy has a question while I fix that, and then I'll ask you my question.
Okay.
Roy said, do you find streaming to so many places dilutes the interactions with your audience? I could see three or four, but wow, that's a lot of places. So talk a little bit, I guess,
Yeah.
about that. You said 16
So
and people were like, hold up, wait, what?
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So for me and what I do, I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because we're trying to reach as many.
Right.
Really, we're trying to reach as many non-believers as possible. To be honest.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
to me, I personally don't mind having trolls come on it,
Yeah.
because of what they're trolling about.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're gonna sit here and listen to me talk about Christ and you hate him, then at
Yeah.
least I got the opportunity to share, right? So
Yeah.
anyway, so for me, it's not a big deal because remember all those different channels we're going to, each one of those people built a community in those channels. So a lot of times, like my co-host
Mm.
Anthony, the people that he has a community with, they're
Yeah.
going to be reaching out to him and saying certain things, and then he can interact with his audience. I can interact with my audience.
Yep.
He can interact with my, and vice versa. And so
Yep.
what it actually does is going to all those different platforms. It actually get more people to know about my main YouTube channel. And so
Yeah.
my subscribers are still pretty low because of kind
Yeah.
of, I just don't market and advertise the way I want to, but
Yeah.
I get more organic traffic to it because they see me, like for example, while I'm on here, somebody may say, "Oh, he got blessed on." Let me just
Right.
look up his channel. And so to me, it doesn't dilute it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, what does dilute it is the ability to not pull in their comments on screen.
Yeah.
That is what hurts me the
Dum dum
most.
dum. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You gave me. I needed to be home for this for my sound effects with the Rodecaster Pro to just drop the bomb. Like I knew it was coming eventually. I knew it was
Yeah.
coming. It's like, what is it? The elephant in the room. It's like,
An
damn
elephant in
it.
the room. Yeah. Yeah. But
But
but I'm just
let's
being
talk
honest.
about it.
That's
No, let's
to
talk
answer
about it.
your
That's all
question.
good.
That's what hinders me to be the most. Yep.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
can tell you, I'm a huge advocate and champion for Switchboard. Like, I want to see it grow, do different
Yeah.
things, especially when they drop the viral stream share. I was like, okay, they coming for restream. They're gonna
Right.
get them. They're gonna get
Right.
them. Because right now, in my opinion, there's tons of places out there, but I think the only
Yeah.
people that's kind of really neck and neck is Restream, and the only reason why is their ability to bring in all those different platforms and
Yeah.
then bring in their comments. That is it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if somebody knocked that out, then they
Yeah.
can't touch Switchboard with the viral stream share, right?
Yeah.
And so to me, it is important for what I do that I make my audience feel heard, make them feel special. And so I could have like on my iPad or whatever the thing up and
Yeah.
talking to their comments, but it's just something different when I'm able to say, Roy from wherever on this platform said this, and I can talk directly to Roy, and
Right.
Roy can see his comment on there.
Yeah.
Not having that, I think, kind of not a lot, but just a little bit. It does hinder
Yeah.
hinder it a little bit. Yeah.
Yep, yep. And that's a feedback we've definitely, obviously you guys know me, right? Again, being as involved as I am with Ecamm and things like that. I'm good friends with Roy. We've been connecting now since I started with like Switchboard and things like that. And as a content creator, that's definitely huge for us, especially like in a format like this, right? In a format like this that I'm inviting the community to come, not to necessarily ask me questions, but to ask you questions, to engage, right? Because this is what we want to do. We want to highlight you guys as our users and highlight your platform. And so if there's someone else who wants to do what you're doing, right? Like Christian based live streaming and things like that, you're
Mm-hmm.
the person to ask, not me, right? That's your
Yeah.
niche. And so having the comments in a platform like this is huge for me to be able to look over, for any of us to be able to look over, bring them on screen, to try to keep it as simple as possible. And I have been talking with Rudy, who's the CEO of Switchboard Live. And I think now, with having me here as the community manager and being able to tell him from a content creator's perspective, like really sitting with him and having those talks, he's definitely, he sees the value in it. He understands it. It's just one of those things that, unfortunately, with any business, there's resources. It's like, all right, well, where do
Hmm.
we, how do we want to make, of course, the platform itself as consistent, as streamlined, as efficient as possible. Then there's the viral stream share. Nobody's doing that right now, right? So it's like, all right,
Right.
let's do all of everything that we can. Let's put our resources in the best way possible. But we are working on. I can't tell you guys too much. I can't tell you too much details. But but you've been heard. So we are now. It is for this year. At the beginning of the year, it is something that we've already had some talks multiple times already in the first month and a half of the year. And it is something we're working on bringing that in. It's not going to be
Yeah.
all at once. It's not going to be all platform. Is this right? But we're going to listen. My mentality is I'd rather have a solution than no solution. I'd rather be
Yeah.
able to say, okay, we're starting here because it's all milestones and steps like that. Um, so one, thank you all of you guys for continuing to use us and give us that feedback, right? And then two, thank you for just giving us the feedback because it's, and I think so Switchboard Live, and that's a big reason why I even chose to take on the role as community manager here because Switchboard Live is very similar to Ecamm, right? And Rico, you've said it just like me. Like we love Ecamm. And I think the biggest part, one is the community, right? And then
Yeah.
two, it's because the developers between Ken, Glenn, Katie,
Man.
right? Like we can talk to them and say, hey, even if it's not an issue, if it's, hey, we can really use this feature, dude, you tell Ken and Glenn we can really use this
Yeah.
feature, and like the next day there's like Ecamm
Get you.
4.1 beta,
Yeah.
right?
I love that about them. To be honest, they were doing the release of something, and people giving feedback, and he was taking
Yeah,
notes like, "Yeah, no, that's good. We should do that or whatever."
right.
And that was one of the things I actually pitched to my leadership. So if you notice in my destinations, the
Yep.
one destination I don't have is my Air Force account
Yeah.
or whatever,
Yeah.
and we just started. Well, the one of our biggest things is the ability to talk to our potential recruits. We got to be able to
Right.
interact with them,
Right.
and so one of the biggest pitches I pitched Ecamm for that ability
Yeah.
and their willingness to kind of work with us and that kind of stuff. And so I can't stress enough to Rudy. First of all, Rudy, I just want to say thank you for even creating this platform. I
He
love it. It's
watching. He
awesome.
watching.
The
He
viral
watching.
screen share is sweet. But I can tell you, brother, if you add that feature, the United States Air Force Guard Reserve and Space Force will be using your platform to viral stream share to reach our recruits. But right now, we gotta be able to talk to our audience back and forth. That is the key. That's the thing. So I just wanted to just tell you that, but I salute you for what you do.
I,
Definitely.
I brought you on. I brought you on single screen for that, so we can get the message loud and clear. I know
Yeah.
he's laughing. I know he's laughing right now. But we are. So we are definitely working on it. Again, we do value the feedback from you guys because that's what I was saying. Like, right, Switchboard Live is literally the same thing where we have access to the CEOs, to the developers, and things like that, and they want to hear from us. So if it's little quirks or anything like that, and the team goes to work immediately. Like I've
Yeah.
brought little things and like in 3 hours they're like, okay, we fixed this, and I'm like, well, you okay? So
I'm
right,
telling you,
exactly,
I was on before Virus Stream Share. I was in here tinker like that's why we got so many
right,
destinations because and so
right,
like when I saw the Virus Stream Share, I was like, oh sweet, okay, this is about to be this is about to be
yeah.
a game changer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So we do appreciate that and just stay tuned. And that's one of the things, right? As we start to get some progress and some movement, you'll see videos from me and the posts and stuff like that. Roy says, I love the viral stream share, such a great feature to share without having to take over someone's channel. So you see, I brought a comment on here, and this is not, it's not live yet. It's not live yet. But the workaround for now, what I've been doing, and just Rico, maybe for you to think about it, and Roy, right? Because I do need comments for something like this. That is a very real thing. And so what I've been doing is that now that Ecamm has the multi-streaming destinations, I stream directly to the platforms, right? So like I stream directly to
Mm,
YouTube and LinkedIn using Ecamm Stream Share, but one of the destinations I add is Switchboard Live, and I use the Switchboard Live for just a viral stream share, right? So that's how I'm
okay.
pairing it for now, because again, there's no way right now Ecamm doesn't have that feature. That's why you would need something like us for the viral stream share. So it's like, all right, what's the best of both worlds? So for now,
Yeah.
because I know I need to be able to bring comments in and have that conversation, I'm using Ecamm just to make sure that I get my comments in one centralized location, but I'm sending the stream out to viral stream share, and I mean to the cloud, and then that's how you link your stuff. So unfortunately, if there's people watching on your stream, I won't get your comments, but at least we're still
Right.
sending it out, and it's some sort of workaround for now. Just so you know, kind of you can think out the box a little bit
Well,
with that.
that's actually kind of what I'm doing. So I'm using the RTMP feature, whatever,
Yep.
so that way I can get in. So for example, my personal Facebook page and my the Facebook page for the cross and that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
we typically don't get as many comments from those. So I use those for Switchboard Live, and then I multi-stream it to other places on Ecamm. So I'm doing like a hybrid thing too as well.
Very cool, very cool. Yeah, you know, you got to work with what you got, and then, like I said, we are working on it. Um, and so Roy said, "I love the viral stream share. Such a great feature to share without having to take over someone's channel, right? Like that's definitely we know
Hmm.
that's a strength of ours for now. Again, especially because now all of I want to say probably everybody now has some sort of simulcasting feature, right? Ecamm,
Yeah.
Restream, StreamYard, Be Live, all of those places give you
Hmm.
the option to link at least 3 or 4 different platforms, right? There
Yeah.
are limitations. So with Ecamm, there's 10 limitations. So even for someone like you, going back to your use case scenario, you just told us that sometimes you stream to 17 places. Well, Ecamm doesn't have viral stream share. And even if they were all your destinations, at that point you're done because Ecamm's only going to let you use 10. So you still got a partner,
Yeah.
right? With
Well, not only that,
us,
my computer can push. I don't think
right?
my computer can push to 10. So
It'd be like, nah, bro, we done.
yeah,
It's over.
yeah.
Um, and so the other piece of that we are actively working on that we're hoping to push out very soon that I know is going to make probably you and Roy probably super super happy with the viral stream shares that we're actually working on um well analytics in general. So you know how
Mm,
with our competitor
yeah.
you can't see the analytics and things like that. It's actually we have it working on the back end. We're just cleaning it up and testing and things like that. So that is something that we're working on as a feature update for early this year because that's huge, right? Like you
Yeah.
want to know if you're sending your
Yeah.
stream out to an additional 8 places, who was that person that maybe you got an extra 15 visitors or an extra, right?
Yeah.
Like all of that stuff and how many people were tuning in and likes versus dislikes. So with the
I'm
viral
so
stream share, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm so happy that
You're good.
that we're working on that, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll just say our competitors are the competitor that
There
I'm
you go.
familiar the most with, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
On the pairing option, you
Yeah.
don't see with those analytics, so
Oh,
you
I don't know
don't
if I
know
knew
how those
that.
you don't know how all those other people are doing. You know how
Your
your
platforms.
channels, your platforms
Yeah.
that you got are doing. So that'll be huge if you can see the analytics of the viral stream share as well.
Yeah.
One suggestion I would like to add is
Yeah. Yeah.
the ability to like save it into a PDF or download it, right? So then that way, because again,
Yep.
what I do for my personal ministry, it doesn't really matter. But what I do for the Air Force,
Yeah.
I have, and so this would go for
That makes sense. I get it.
any CEOs and companies that you're using. They want to see return on investment, right?
Yep.
So if I could easily just save as Excel sheet or a pie chart or a PDF,
Right.
then I can turn around and take that to the generals and people who say, "Well, why are you spending so money on this?" I can say, "Hey,
Right.
look at our engagement, look at our analytics, and that kind of stuff." So if you can
Yeah.
easily like save it,
Yeah.
that'll be huge too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure that I don't have the specifics on, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to provide. And if not, I know again, the devs are super awesome. If it's not already there for an export to like CSV file or something like that, I'm sure that there is an option. So I'll get back to you on that, but pretty confident that there is, but that would be a great point to be able to export it, download it. I know that another thing that they are working on as well. I hope I don't get in trouble. Rudy, don't be mad at me. I hope I'm not giving like insider information. Rico, check on me later on today. Make sure I still got a job. Check on
Make sure you still got a job. Okay.
Send me a text message like, sis, you good? You still work at Switchboard?
Don't let her go, Rudy. I'm telling you, she's a live streaming hero. I'm telling you. Like when I thought, like I remember I saw your little YouTube thing that said, "Hey, I'm gonna be the Switchboard." I'm like, "Oh, India doing big things." So I'm telling you, don't let her go, Rudy. You got you a good one.
I appreciate you. But I do know, going back to the analytics, I know that one of the things also that the developers are working on is like doing custom date ranges, right? So like even with what you're telling me, so if you know, like if they say to you, give me this quarterly report for Q1, you can go ahead and choose right January 1st to March 31st, do that custom date range and say, so in Q1 is when we had the biggest engagement and this is where it came from these sources. So I figured you was going to like that piece. It's coming real soon.
That's going to be huge. That's going to be real huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at Paul is bothering me. NDA. Listen, Rudy didn't give me an NDA yet. So y'all just got to check on me. Just go in and check the communities and make sure I'm still active on there. And that's it.
Yeah.
Y'all are funny. Angel says, I'm on Windows and my alternative to Ecamm is Wave.video. Such a great studio option. And I use RTMP to Switchboard, my dynamic duo. Oh, I've never heard of Wave.video. I got to check that out, Angel. Thank you.
I'm almost certain they're on AppSumo. And I was like, I don't really need it. But I think they're on there for like a lifetime deal. I could be wrong.
I got to check it out.
I wonder where Angel got them from. I'm almost certain I saw them on there.
Yeah, Angel, let us know, where'd you hear about Wave.video? Was it on NDA or something? I mean, NDA, I'm looking at Paul's comment. Was it on AppSumo or something like that? All right, so let me see. I had a few questions, and it looks like just in our normal engagement, we've kind of gone through everything. Is it safe to say, I'll ask the question, but I feel like I know the answer. What's your favorite Switchboard Live feature?
So I'll be honest. It's definitely Viral Stream Share. Okay, I mean, I think everybody know that. But what I will say is I really like the ability that my people can be forever on there as well. So like how I had the different destinations. You know, if I want to add them on, like for example, Mario from the Cutting Edge, he hasn't been on for a while. But let's say he want to come on with me the next time I go live. I already got him in there. He don't got to reset nothing up. So that, I mean, really, they got it on both sides, you know, especially when it's unlimited, right? So if Mario was comfortable with always being on there, which he is because he's on there, but then I really like that feature too. But the Viral Stream Share is good for like when we have some random guests coming on or somebody who like, I don't know if I trust you with my, you know, so yeah, no, the Viral Stream Share is definitely huge.
Yeah. So yeah, I love within the Viral Stream Share, I do love like the save or retrieve, putting your phone number in, because exactly that, right? People put their phone number, you go into Viral Stream Share, you put your phone number, and then if they want to remove something because they're like, all right, I don't want you to have access, it's literally that easy of just like kind of saving, creating your own profile. And we are also working on, so we're working on a lot of like what we have right now. We know that works well. We're working on advancing a lot of this stuff. So even like with the Viral Stream Share, again, the analytics and things like that, customizing that. One of the things I did for my Viral Stream Share was that I took that link that we give you and I use Rebrandly. So I have like my own domain. And I just rebranded that link. So it's indiad.live/VSS, right? To make it my custom page. And then you can also customize the page itself, right? So like mine, I put India's Viral Stream Share. So like in the template, you can do something similar for that page. So
I'm not sure if we going to mine. I was supposed to let you know when I did it. And I did.
We are. No, we are. You didn't tell me. That's okay. You didn't tell me, but I went back and I checked it and I started it. So we good.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, it's the Viral Stream Shares, you know, definitely you can't beat that. But I can tell you, I think my strong second will be the analytics when those come in. That is going to be another huge update. It really is, especially for what I do professionally, you know, for the Air Force.
Cool. Yeah. Where it's underway. I've seen a few iterations of it. I know that that's one of the priorities that we're going to turn on very soon. So you'll be excited for that. All right, so let's see. We kind of talked about it, but I'll ask the question anyway. What are you looking for us to improve in order to like make your experience better? So I know we talked about comments. Anything else that you want to add for us, user experience or anything like that?
Yeah, really, I guess again the ability to export the analytics when that come
Okay.
on,
Yep.
that would be huge.
Yep.
Um, and then the comments, I'm telling you, between viral share and comments, I don't
Yeah.
think anybody. The only other thing that I think you could possibly do is maybe have like some type of which it doesn't even make sense because it's all encoder based. But if you had like a desktop version, because like even right now, right, it's
Yeah.
weird because I have Ecamm up and then I'm using the virtual camera to
Right.
come on Switchboard,
Yep.
right? So it's a
Yeah.
little weird for me because as I'm talking, I'm seeing myself delayed
Yeah.
online. But that's
Yeah.
the only, but that's just the nature. That's the nature of the beast because it got to feed to
Right.
online.
Yep.
But no, I think, but to me, again, if you got the analytics of your viral stream share
Yep.
and we can see those people comments because another thing too, like you said, the people who watching from my channels or whatever, if they had a comment, I don't even know if they got comments or not because I can't look, I don't have it pulled up and I can't look at it and see it. But if they did, now they feel left out of the conversation, right? Because we were able to bring up everybody else's. So if you can get
Yeah.
all those people in the conversation, then
Yeah.
it's huge. And then what Roy was asking earlier, that won't be a problem,
Right. Yeah.
and
Being
so
diluted and things like that. Yeah.
yeah, and I can see how it can be hard for somebody like you or like a lawyer or a doc where y'all got thousands of followers. Or like matter of fact, when I went live, we went live the first time for the Air Force, and
Yeah.
I like now mind you, I'm not on camera. I
Right.
got two of the
Mhm.
guys who work for me on
Yeah.
camera. I'm behind the scenes
You're
producing
producing.
everything,
Yeah.
right? So when I go live on my own, I'm producing on
Right.
camera, doing
All
everything,
of that.
right?
Right.
So I'm
Right.
thinking, okay, oh, this is gonna be a cakewalk for me to
Right.
handle the comment section, but for this other show, we had so many people on. The
Yeah.
comments were just blowing up, and it was
Yeah.
just huge. It was huge, and like
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing but working the comments, and it was
Yeah.
overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
And so I can see where Roy's saying if you got like a lot of followers, right, and you
Mhm.
got 16 channels, I can see where it can kind of be overwhelming or whatever,
Yeah.
but for what I do, it's been working well. It's been working well, and I'm super excited for the ability to be able to bring in Switchboard for what I do for the Air Force, because then
Awesome.
now we can file stream share this thing out to
Yeah.
the whole country, really, if we wanted
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'd be
Yeah.
sweet.
That's super dope. Super dope. All right. Well, I think I'm done with asking questions. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about? Anything else you wanted to bring up? Anything like that?
No, other than I just want to thank you for doing this, keeping
Of
us,
course.
updated on what's
Yep.
going on. I actually was watching one of the other videos today. The other day, I didn't
Mm.
realize that now we can like look at all of our destinations.
Yeah.
Like
The
you can pull
workflows.
them
Yeah. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
workflows.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
View
can
all
pull up
your
all the
workflows.
workflows.
Yep.
So definitely thank you for doing that. And Rudy too,
Yep.
I appreciate you being being willing to listen and hear our feedback and give us this opportunity to just be able to share with you. Again, that's huge. People typically don't care what you know until they know that you care. And so the fact that you allowing this to happen, the fact that you're listening to it and taking that feedback, I appreciate it as well. That's all I really have.
All right, man. That's awesome. Super dope. Oh, Paul is giving the comment because what he said about what you were saying about like how the comments were going crazy and when you were doing for the Air Force, he said moderators are your friend. That is
Yeah,
when you got that many.
yeah.
Listen, you need moderators because
Yeah. We got what's called a lead refinement center for
okay,
the Air Force, and
yeah,
they're basically I can use them as moderators if I need to. I just again I'm a like listen, my channel, I'm not huge. I'm not your million follower guy, right? I got a
yeah,
nice loyal base of people, and we just
yeah,
kind of kick it and hang out together.
yeah,
And so God willing, maybe one day. But right now, I'm just not used to it. So I never even had to figure out how to assign moderators or work with moderators or do. So I'm definitely doing my homework now on moderators, and I'm gonna have
yeah,
that lead refinement center because those guys, they they're the people. Like if you decide you want to join the Air Force and you call a
yeah,
number,
yeah.
you talk to them first, and then they
Okay,
set you up with a recruiter. And so
gotcha.
having them in my comment section will be huge to help answer some of the comments, say some of
Yeah,
the questions, and the whole nine. So definitely, Paul, I hear
yeah,
you. I just got to
yeah.
figure out how to. assign them.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got access to this guy right here. So if you need help with anything, I know he has a few videos. If you haven't checked it out, he does have a few videos of showing how to assign moderators and like the block word list and all of that stuff. So I would say, you know, tap him on the shoulder because I can, even with my stream, I be having sometimes on a good night, I'll have 20, 25 people. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Paul, what do you mean you can't make it today? I can't do it without you, Paul. So
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, no, I found out firsthand. I mean, I honestly, I was like, man, I hope we get, at least a few people on because again, like, it's not just me now. I
Yeah.
got generals, I got
Right.
commanders, I got all kind
Yeah.
of people like, what is this guy about to do with the Air Force going
Right.
live and he gonna make us look bad and all the other kind.
Right.
So I'm like, I just hope everything go well. When I
Right.
saw we were on our countdown timer and we had like
Mm,
162 people and the comment section, I was like, oh crap. This is
right.
not gonna. This is gonna be more stressful than I thought it was gonna be. But I
Right.
mean, it's good because we provided value to them and we were able to interact
That's
with
it.
them. And so I definitely gotta get me some moderators for sure.
There you go. There you go. All right, Rico. So thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to just do a quick end of show. Just hang out so we can do a recap real quick. Tell everybody
Okay.
bye. Any parting words?
Peace.
We're good? All right. Thanks, Rico. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, this is our first episode of the Flip the Switch series where we are interviewing you guys, our community. And again, if you are interested in being featured and if you are interested in just telling your story and talking about how you use Switchboard Live and things like that, I would love to hear from you and add you on the calendar. So reach out to me, india@switchboard.live, so we can get some things up and running. Next week, we have a user from Motor Mania coming on, and that is like, I don't even want to butcher it. But you know, like the cars that they do. Oh, God. I know Rudy's laughing at me right now, but it's called Motor Mania. You can check it out. It's like like Monster Jam. There you go. I was trying to think about. I see Rico laughing at me in the background. Stop laughing at me, Rico. But it's like Monster Jam and things like that. So that's super cool. He's gonna come in because that's a whole totally different workflow as well. So he's gonna talk about how he uses Switchboard and how Switchboard helps get his streams out there. I'm very excited. And then to kick off Black History Month and celebrating our CEO is Rudy on the 22nd. He's coming in and he's going to kick off the month of February for us. So you definitely want to make sure that if you have not already liked, if you have not already hit that subscribe button, if you have not hit that notification button, make sure you are getting notified when we go live. And if not, let us know. Catch us on the replay. And I will see you guys. Oh, also, I do a town hall every Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I do a live demo and I show you guys how to use Switchboard Live. So I will catch you guys around in the community. Thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.